Welcome to Mysteries of the Yellowstone, from the Unveiled Mysteries by the Ascended Master Saint Germain, Vegetarian, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Guy Warren Ballard was a United States mining engineer and co-founder, together with his wife Edna Ann Wheeler Ballard, of the I Am spiritual movement, inspired by his life-changing meeting with the Ascended Master Saint Germain, Vegetarian. One morning in 1930, Mr. Ballard, led subconsciously by his inner spiritual longing, went on a hike on beautiful Mount Shasta, located in the western U.S., where, according to a legend, a group of divine adepts reside or could be seen. His sincerity and deep longing for the truth led to a profound experience that day. He was blessed by the appearance of the beloved Master Saint Germain. Following this enlightening encounter, Mr. Ballard devoted his life to spreading the Master's wisdom according to his capacity. From Master Saint Germain's dictations and teachings, Mr. Ballard wrote a series of books under the pseudonym Godfrey Ray King. Master Saint Germain's imparted spiritual knowledge was the basis for many lectures given by Mr. Ballard, as well as for the founding of the I Am religious activity in the early 1930s. By 1938, it had up to 1 million devotees. Today, the volumes documenting the valuable mysteries revealed by the Ascended Master to Godfrey Ray King are still fascinating spiritual gems for many across the globe. The 3 most famous volumes are titled Unveiled Mysteries, The Magic Presence, and The I Am Discourses. Ascended Master Saint Germain is deeply venerated among the Theosophical Society as he represents the establishment of the Aquarian Age, an era that we are privileged to be witnessing. He is also identified with the Count of Saint Germain, Vegetarian, a mysterious European figure who possessed great inner knowledge and was called immortal by some due to his everlasting youth. Supreme Master Qinghai, vegan, during a conference in 2022, spoke of the rarity of humans having contact with Ascended Masters.
Very few people can see Ascended Masters.
Oh, that's right.
Unless they are going up higher, and the Ascended Master has to lower themselves down a little. We have asked some of the Ascended Master teachings like Saint Germain.
Yes, Master.
And Master Moya and all that.
Yes, Master.
They appear to 1 or 2 people only.
Oh,
Yes,
Master.
true, yes.
Mostly they don't always appear. They appear sometimes, but mostly they just dictate their teaching.
Let us continue with excerpts from Godfrey Ray King's book, Unveiled Mysteries, wherein Saint Germain, Vegetarian, leads Mr. Ballard on a journey to Yellowstone, and mystery after mystery are revealed. Chapter 4: Mysteries of the Yellowstone. We then returned to the entrance of the mine. Saint Germain closed the door and sealed it as before. No one, not an Ascended Master, could have distinguished it from the surrounding rock. Rising from the ground, we quickly covered the 37 miles to the gold mine. This time we stood on the very top of the mountain, near a cone-shaped rock that looked perfectly solid. It was about 15 feet in diameter at the base and perhaps 10 feet in height. "Watch closely," he said, as he laid his hand against it. Slowly, a triangular-shaped section moved out, disclosing a flight of steps leading downward. We descended these stairs for some distance and soon came to a cavity at the top of a shaft, similar to the one in the diamond mine. You will notice the absence of crushes, he continued. Everything is done within the mine itself. Not a thing is handled at the surface. We stopped at the 400-foot level, where there was another immense cavity. Here, complete equipment for treating the ore was located. He explained the extreme simplicity of the process used, which seemed incredible it was so simple. We continued on down to the 800-foot level and saw the same arrangement as in the diamond mine. Here again were tunnels going out from a central point like the spokes of a wheel. 3 triangular-shaped rooms had been built between these tunnels, containing the remaining output from the mine just before it had been closed. The same white metal containers were here as in the other rooms. Only 3 of them am I allowed to describe. The first receptacle contained nuggets from an ancient riverbed in a placer formation at the 800-foot level, in which the gravel had been slightly cemented together, holding the gold. This condition existed for a depth of 1,200 feet and held immense value. The second container was filled with wire gold from a white quartz vein at the 400-foot level. Another held solid gold discs weighing 8 pounds each. The place in which they stored all the gold, he explained, was known as the bullion room. There have been duplicate records kept of this mine, the originals being in the record room at the retreat in the Royal Teton, and the duplicates here. We returned to the surface. Again, Saint Germain sealed the entrance as described, and turning to me again, said, "My son, you discovered these mines, and assisted by your colleagues, put them into operation and brought about this perfection. You also made the records on the imperishable metal, which I will show you in the Royal Teton." The Ascended Masters saw that the cataclysm of 12,000 years ago was approaching, and knowing the mines would not be much affected, had them prepared and sealed for use in a far distant age into which we have now entered. At 7 different periods of your many embodiments, the memory and process for making these records has been recalled. You will bring them forth again in the present age to the blessing of all mankind. This accounts for your feeling since childhood of interest in ancient records of all kinds, and that you would have much to do with such work again in this life. Come, we will now return to the Royal Teton. There in a room adjoining the great audience hall are these records to which I have referred. It is a place for the preservation of inventions and scientific discoveries. The one we were in on our former visit contained only records of the various civilizations. We returned to the retreat and entered this time by way of the tube as on our first visit. Stepping out, we passed through the second door to the right of the entrance. It opened directly into the scientific record room, a space about 70 by 40 by 15 feet. The entire walls, ceiling and floor were lined with the same imperishable white metal, of which the shelving and containers were constructed. Saint Germain drew out one of the latter and handed me the record I had made of the diamond mine. Again I was able to read it, but this time he told me to call upon the God Self within, and thus let it reveal the complete former knowledge which I had at that time. The record gave a clear but condensed history of the discovery and operation. He handed me another spindle, and on it was the complete history of the gold mine. "Now that you have seen the physical proof of what I have explained," he said, "I want you to know that I will never tell you anything which I cannot prove." Here he turned toward me with a piercing look in his eyes that passed clear through my mind and body. For more information on the Ascended Master Saint Germain, vegetarian, the I Am teachings, and Godfrey Ray King's books, please visit stgermainfoundation.org or im-activity.eu.